She wanna know me, I stay low key.
Hey loves, yes, I am back. I am busy. Hey loves, and welcome back to Life with Shakisha. It is your girl, and today is Monday, April the 10th. The second full week in April, and I don't have no lip stuff. Anyway, so before we get into today's video, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to another vlog on this here channel. Listen, to all of my subscribers that have been sending me messages and words of encouragement, follow me on all of my other social media platforms. Y'all, it is mega love here. But if this is your first time tuning in, thank you. Thank you for tuning in to another vlog from me. It's been a minute, and while you're here, before you do anything else, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you never miss any of my videos. So as you can tell, I'm in the whip about to do some things, but before we get out into all of that, again, I just want to say thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so freaking much. Okay, so we are back, and today is Monday. It is almost 12 o'clock. I'm heading to my nail appointment, and then after I leave there, I'm going to the gym. Yes, you heard it. You heard it right. I am going to the gym. A lot has transpired. Is it transpired or transpired? Anyway, a lot has occurred since my last vlog. I think I have done like a couple like planner related videos, digital planner related videos since you all, where is this car going? Since I stopped doing my actual vlogs. But I missed y'all. Oh my gosh, I missed y'all so much. I missed running my mouth and filling y'all in on things that are going on in my mind, my life, and things of that nature. Now, I have not missed the editing portion, so I'm gonna really try so hard to keep stuff minimal so it'll make the editing process a lot easier, because dang, I should have bought my other things. So my anyway, so listen, new quarter, new fresh, not even gonna say new, but a fresher mindset, and we'll get into all of that stuff after I leave the gym. I will come back on and show y'all my nails before I go, But a couple of things just to give y'all an update on what's going on for today, because I'll probably do a 2-day vlog with you guys. So today I got up, y'all kind of saw a little bit of morning routine. I've been really trying to do better with having morning routines, not just doing my daily scriptures, but try to do my daily section in my digital planner, because I am feeling like the more I write stuff out, the better I am with holding myself accountable, because at the end of the day, I have to hold myself accountable. I can't expect for nobody else to. That's too much responsibility to put on somebody else, because not only do they have to hold themselves accountable, then you gotta worry about holding me accountable. So anyway, I said all that to say, so I'm trying to create consistent routines so that they will become second nature in my life. So with all that being said, y'all saw a little bit of that. Me and the hubs had early breakfast this morning. We did not do brunch, because y'all know the Sims, we do brunch in our house, but we were both up early today, so we did breakfast, hung out with each other this morning. Then I did my own little thing, and so now today's agenda, not much per usual. Get my nails done, going to the gym. I need to go to the beauty supply store because I want to get me a ponytail. I am still dealing with the after effects and the current effects of psoriasis and the medicine that I'm on, because I'm on, like, if y'all know, you know, the methotrexate, which is a chemo pill, which gives you kind of side effects like, you know, chemo would give to anybody, regardless of whether it's IV or oral medicine. So anyway, so but I don't want to solely depend on my wigs all the time, so I want to get me a ponytail, so when I just want to just slick my hair back, because right now I don't feel comfortable enough for myself to wear my natural hair out. It is still growing, but it's just thin in areas that are limiting me from wearing it in the styles that I would normally wear them. So I'm gonna have to probably end up just like wearing hairstyles with my hair back off my face, because all of this part right here, I call it the headband area, it's just, one is growing back, so the hair is super short and it's fine. So anyway, I say all that to say is I'm gonna go to the beauty supply store to get a ponytail. One of my clients came in and got her hair done for her sister's wedding, and I was like, where did you get this ponytail? Because I want a really cute curly ponytail. So I'm gonna get that. My Amazon package should be in, because I ordered some stuff, because I want to try to just, I've been trying to kind of like get a certain aesthetic in my office, like black and white, but I want all of like my desk stuff to be black. That's just my vision. And then the stuff that I currently have now, I'm gonna take it at the salon, because I also been just trying to change the way I operate in the salon when I'm there, to make it more efficient, and for me to be able to not just do the hair, but also do some administrative tasks that need to be done when I can there, because I just want to, I'm just in that season where I've said it so much, I need to start doing what I say, and I want to work smarter, not harder. So it's certain things where I can just do there instead of waiting to do when I get home, or waiting to do on my off days, and I could be taking that time to pour more so into my self-care, mentally, physically, and spiritually. So just doing, you know, just doing some things. So we'll catch up. I'm not gonna be too chatty in the car. I'll probably do some little B-roll, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna call it V-roll. His mama call them cashes, I'm gonna call them cashes. If y'all know that part of the movie, if you know the movie, drop it in the comments, you know. But anyway, so yeah, so I'll probably just, you know, come back, show you my nails, of course, I have to do that. And then do a little bit of footage while I'm in the gym. Not much, because that's my time to focus on self. And in this time that I've had off, even though vlogging has to deal with sharing parts of my life, some stuff I just want to keep to myself, especially because it's almost like, you know, I'm trying to work out and then I'm trying to sit there and film content, and it just distracts me, takes away, or I lose focus, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to make sure I don't drop my phone and all of that stuff. So yeah, so I don't know, we'll see how it is, but I'll definitely take y'all in the beauty supply store with me. I do need to stop at the bank while I'm over here, make sure I got stuff. But anyway, so I've rambled for 10 minutes and this phone is super full. That's something else that I have to do today as well, call T-Mobile, because I need to switch all of my lines to business lines, since myself and my husband both use our phones for businesses, and they have some better deals. So once I confirm what my actual monthly bill would be, I'll let y'all know whether or not, if you're a T-Mobile person, if it will be more beneficial. I believe it will, because I got a promo code where I can get an actual free phone on them. I don't have to pay anything for it. So that's a plus, because that's a whole other thing. So I'll catch y'all up when I get home, show y'all my Amazon stuff, drink me something to drink, and then we will catch up, because I am about to pull up at my nail tech's location, and y'all, I need to get these nails did. Okay, all right, loves, I am back. Got my nails did. You can't really see them that well because of the sunlight, but I will post a picture of the inspo and what I got. And let me just put this out here real quick, since we're talking about inspo, especially since I am a hairstylist, and I know my head is cut off, but I don't feel like fooling with the camera. Look, I'm fresh back into vlogging. It's like I'm starting all over again. But anyway, when you send your stylist, your nail tech, whatever person that is providing you the service, and you're sending them photos, you have to remember that they are not the original artist. And even if they are, because I would say this, because as far as like with me, like for the most time, I'm free flow. So 9 times, I'm gonna say 8 times out of 10, sometimes the style is not gonna be exactly like I did it last time. That's just how I am. I'll try to get as close as possible. If you don't take a picture, I'm not gonna remember. But I say all that to say is, like, when you all are showing your stylist, your nail tech, or what have you, a photograph of how you would like your service, and then you get mad when it don't turn out exactly like that, turn that energy back around and realize that you're asking a professional to replicate a style that you have found on the interest of the net. And it's a lot of pressure. That's why I be telling people, and like I tell my nail tech all the time, like, this is an inspiration. Don't feel like you got to get it exactly like this person. Do it as close as you can to your ability. And then if you can't do it, just tell me. Because I've had someone tell me they could do a design and it turned out hideous. Like, just say you can't do this, it's above my pay grade. Because I do that all the time. I be like, or even if it's something that I can do, but I know that I'm not going to do it to the best of my ability, I will refer you out. Or I would say, I can give you this, it'll be similar to this, but it ain't going to be that. Because I'm doing based on the products that I'm using, the tools that I'm using, and how I've learned to do certain things. you know. And I think that, you know, people are so quick to bash and trash talk stylists and texts and stuff. Cause yeah, cause I showed her a picture and she ain't even do it like the picture. Like, bruh, calm down. Like, dang, I should have my right hand. Calm down. You get the best of what your stylist or nail tech, your service provider can do. Even like with a tattoo, like, I mean, all that stuff. Like, again, the pressure that people put on service providers that are in like the beauty industry and stuff like that, they don't put that same type of energy when they be going to the doctors and stuff. They let the doctors say and do whatever they want to do. But I say all that to say is my nail tech still be giving. Even when I be like, nah, you don't gotta do it exactly like the picture. Like, she be trying to find the exact colors and everything. I just be like, just get it as close as you can. Like, that's why I love her. And I swear, if she ever stopped doing nails, I think I would just probably, I mean, these folks is driving crazy. If she ever stopped doing nails, I think that I would probably just either don't get my nails done again or just get basic, regular, schmegular nails. Because the way she do her work, it be fire. Never disappointed. Never. So I am at the gym. I am parking. And I will see you all at the beauty supply store. Hey loves, so I am back home and shaking the camera. Haven't jumped in the shower yet, but I wanted to eat to refuel myself. And then since I'm eating, might as well show you guys what I end up getting. They didn't have the hair that I wanted, but I needed a ponytail. So I did end up finding something. I think I might like this one a little bit better because that other one was more like bushy. This one is got some volume, but it's got more length, and I'm more of a length ponytail wear. But before we get into that, let me show you what I'm eating. You already know how your girl does with the salads. Yes, this is homemade. Yes. And I have in here, so this is my Chick-fil-A inspired market, what is it, market fresh salad or something like that. The only thing I don't have in here is, excuse me, wrong pipe. Only thing I don't have in here is like the nuts and that granola stuff, but I'm okay with that. Like, I like having walnuts and almonds and stuff like that in my salad, but sometimes they just get stuck in my teeth and I don't really care for that. But I added a couple of different fruits. Normally I just do strawberries and blueberries, but I have some blackberries and raspberries in here this time. Excuse me, I'm really burpy. Because I saw a salad on LEMON8, and y'all, I got to tell y'all about LEMON8. But anyway, so I saw this girl, she had posted a salad on LEMON8 with the extra berries on there. I was like, oh, I got to try it like that. And so I'm using blue cheese crumbles, because one thing about it, I just love cheese, and I'm not in the place where I can eliminate cheese right now. But as long as I'm balanced and working out, I can eat what I want in moderation. And then I have some of the balsamic vinaigrette. I got the Panera balsamic because this has a little bit more sweetness to it. Typically, I normally use the cans. Yeah, the cans, and it's more of a vinegary taste. But this one I like because it's sweeter and it pairs well with the salad. And then y'all know I am on the Save Your Coins, only go to Starbucks if you can't make it yourself ministry. So I made my own refresher. And this one, I kind of just used what I had left from when I was doing the Barista Homies drinks along with Katrina. Katrina is a influencer on Instagram. And if y'all want to know all things coffee, how to make Starbucks dupes and make it your way where you won't be disappointed and where you won't have to spend all the coins, as well as she does everything, and she does food. But anyway, I had leftovers. So this is a mango passion fruit refresher. So basically it has white grapefruit, mango juice, and passion fruit in there. And then I just use the strawberry and pineapple, what is it? Air dried, freeze dried bits. And they're actually pretty good by themselves. Normally I drink the refreshers and I never like eat the little bits, but now that I kind of tasted one on mistake, I'm gonna be eating the bits. So let's go ahead and taste this. Oh my gosh. Starbucks who? Starbucks what? Yes. And I did make a lemonade. I think I did a lemonade one before, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. So yeah, so I'm going to show you the ponytail, and I'm going to show you what I got from Amazon. Oh, and I got avocado in there. Y'all know I gotta have avocado. This is the ponytail that I got. It is Mayday Beauty Candy Drawstring Ponytail, and this is Bubblicious. It's 30 inches. Oh Lord, that's long. Oh well. And it's #1. And apparently all the girls are going back to jet black, because I can never find jet black in the styles that I like. Oh, this is real long. So it comes with a little information packet, tell you how to care for it before washing your hair. Apply wig conditioner and leave it in for a few minutes, and then rinse. So I guess I'll wash this when I, oh y'all, this is long. I might end up cutting some of this. But it feels real lightweight, but look how long. And I was gonna wear it back here. Woo child. But let's take it out of the packet so y'all can see. Cause I probably won't be doing any type of braids. I may do a sew-in, but it's protective style season for us natural girls. And because my hair is still really thin around the hairline from the psoriasis and the medication, I just have to do what's gonna be less tension. So this is the ponytail, and I'm gonna like kind of comb it out so it can have more fullness. But this bad boy is long. Yes, okay, come through with the long pony. So yeah, so when I go to the shop tomorrow, because I have a client tomorrow, I'm going to wash and color my hair. And then spray some conditioner on this. But I mean, you could wear it, you know, up high, which will take some of the length out. But I think I might cut maybe like about that much off, and I'll like go in and do a rough cut so it won't look stuck to my cap. Because you want the ends to look like this, so I'll go in and cut like this so it won't look blunt, because that's the one thing that you don't want to do when you're cutting weave. Not unless you're doing a blunt cut bob. You don't want it just to be blunt, because then it'll really look like it's an extensions, in which we know it's extensions, but to try to get the most natural look, especially like, you know, with our ponytails, they don't, you know, they kind of are full and then they go down to kind of like thin. So yeah, so I'm excited about wearing this. All right, so let me show you what I got from Amazon. But before I show you, I want to show you what I got to replace. So at the salon, I have a corner on my station where I kind of make it like a little mini mobile office, and I've been using my keyboard, and I have the iPad cover. Where is it at? I got this iPad cover, and it had the keyboard that comes with it, but it seems like every time I connect that, because of the Bluetooth, every time I connect my iPad to it, it starts like the mouse automatically, like it does something, and then it causes the cursor to go all the way down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this one here and this mouth. They're both Bluetooth, but they're battery operated. And mind you, I've had these for, I feel like for a year now. I always leave it on, and the batteries have not died. I have not had any problems with connection. So these are gonna go to the salon, and I'll leave it there. And what I got for home to replace it are pretty much the same ones, but I'm gonna show you anyway. Okay, and I hope the lighting isn't too bad. I have my box light over there, and I pull my curtains because the sun be like sunning up in here. And even with the curtains pulled, my plant should still get enough light. Lola has been struggling, but I really need to go ahead and repot her before I lose her leaves. They're so limp feeling, and I've had to cut a few off. And then Berkeley over there, she was doing really good. Then her leaves started turning yellow, so I think she was getting sunburned. So I put her further away from the window, and I repotted her. And then my pink princess, oh my gosh, she was doing horrible. So I saved whatever leaves I could save, and I propagated her. I have a nice size propagation over there. She's getting roots, so I'm excited about that. I have a medium size propagation there, and then this one is like smaller leaves. So prayerfully, that's why I'm glad, like those pink princess philodendrons, they had some beautiful huge ones at a couple of the plant nursery stores, but they wanted like $700. And I'm like, for me to not have had one of those plants before, I don't want to spend $700 and they die. And then plus a lot of those nurseries and stuff, they water the plants every day, so it'd be root rot. And that was half of the problem with this pink princess, because I got it from, I think, Kroger. And like it's hit or miss with your grocery store plants. Like Lola was from Kroger, and she's doing really, really good. But she's lost too many leaves for me to let her lose anymore. So I'm definitely on the hunt for a large pot, because I'm gonna have to use a pot that's bigger than, because the pot that she's in is pretty much the same size as this. But anyway, so yeah, and picked up this little brush, not from here, but for the salon when I be doing my clients' edges. I don't really, I mean, the edge brushes are good, but I like a nice boar brush. And I don't think y'all seen me since I got this. I don't know. But yeah, I got tired of trying to find my X-Acto knife and use scissors. Ooh, they fell out. Ooh, these are cute. I can't wait to show y'all this. Oh, that's a small looking keyboard. No, it's about the same. All right, so I got replacement mouse and keyboard. And because I wanted to kind of keep with the aesthetic, my desk, as y'all saw probably last year before I got really, I ain't gonna say sick, but before I got under the weather, I had repurposed the desk that I have. Now, I'm hoping that these do just as well as the ones that I already have. They be having this stuff packaged tight. All right, I done ripped up the box. But who gonna check me, boo? She is Louise buckwheat. Lord, and it's still more. Ooh, I think I'm gonna like this. Okay. So this one is battery operated, and I love it because the keys, they're similar to what I had, but like I like the fact that these actually say home in, page up, page down. Let me see what's the difference between these two. So they're both are the same, other than the arrow buttons are labeled. The escape button is labeled. This one is just, the bottom one just has like a little square where you would assume it is an escape button. Let's see. Oh, cool. So they have buttons on here. I'm gonna have to read this. You have the letter Q that says iOS, letter W that says Android, and the letter E says Win. Not really sure what that means, but we'll look it up. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. And I'm gonna turn the mouse off as well, wherever she is at. All right, so let's just take it out the package so you can see it. Yes, it's got a nice kind of matte finish. And this does come in other colors too. I think it just comes in the black and the white. But all of my digital stuff that I consider digital planning, I think I'm gonna change the title to iPad accessories. But this is in my Amazon storefront. And let's see if it comes with a battery. It would be nice if it did. Yep, already comes with a battery. The mouse, I love the mouse because it also has like that matte look. This one actually has a USB charger. So I'm gonna go ahead and charge this up now just to make sure, because I love using a mouse simultaneously with my Apple Pencil. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna have to read the instructions because it's got like a little. Let me show you. So this one is, it has the rolling one like they all do, and then your controls. But then it has this right here. I don't know what that is because the on and off switch is on the back and the connect button. So once I get it set up on the desk, I will show you all. Like I said, I've repurposed my desk because I just don't want to buy a new desk right now until the hubs decide whether or not he gonna leave or stay in this office. So I'm just gonna use the things that I have. What I would like to do, because he keeps talking about he want to use the closet, so as his like little space. So if he does that, I can actually put, because I don't have a lot of clothes, like I would definitely still need to use this closet for overflow and storage. But I was thinking I could put like a wardrobe over that side. And then, I don't know, I have like a whole idea, but it ain't no need of thinking about it or talking about it until I really know it's gonna be about it. Okay. Okay, so in efforts to trying to get my whole self back together and make myself look like something when I go to work, like even though nobody expects your hairstylist to look glam or anything like that, but I'm just getting older. I'm in my last year, my 40s, and I just feel like especially since I've been getting myself back together from this whole psoriasis mess debacle, I just really want to intentionally, even if I don't like fully get dressed, because I still wear a mask, so it's really pointless for me to wear makeup, but I still want to like have my accessories and things like that, because I love earrings. So I've been really on these small hoops, and I got an order that's coming from Shein, so I decided I would get these silver ones from Amazon. So they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6 sets of earrings. So you have these two right here, which are kind of similar. This one has the post, and then this one has the clasp, but this one is like all the way around, and I just love the thickness on these. Then the next one, and I have some gold ones similar to this, but I'm gonna have to get different backings because my piercings, the holes are stretched from my little brother from back in the day. So I'm gonna have to find, why does this one look like it's bent? But these are like the rope style. And then this one, I don't know what style it's called, but it reminds me of like a keychain loop. Then these ones that are a little more chunky, and they're smaller, so you know they're good when I want to just be really light. And then these super small ones right here. So these are also linked in my Amazon storefront under my jewelry. What is it called? My jewelry list or whatever. And it came as a little cute zipper pouch. So I think I'm gonna actually keep them in here. That way I don't have to worry about trying to find a place to put them, and then just keep them when I'm done with them, keep them in the little zippies. I don't know how I feel about the little, what you call this animal? Dang, I got old people mind. Lord, deliver me from forgetfulness. Walruses. I don't know how I feel about the little walruses, but I mean, it is what it is, right? So yeah, so I'm gonna keep these in this little pouch, and then when I get my ones from Shein, and I also have some ones from Ana Luisa, from when I did a couple of sponsorships with them. So I'll just keep all of the little small earrings in this little packaging right here. So that's pretty much everything that I got from Amazon. That ponytail is ponying over there. That joint is like Megan Thee Stallion ponytail. But yeah, so listen, I know it was something else I wanted to talk to y'all about, but I don't remember what it was, but I know I want to talk to y'all about LEMON8. Oh, real quick. So, my friend in my head, Andrea Renee, she had posted these Louis Vuitton dupe blue blocker or blue light glasses. Had the black and the gold in my cart. Took too long. The gold sold out. So I only got the black. Now, I hate this. The gold are back available. So I will have them like next week. Along with my Stanley Cup. I finally got on the Stanley Cup bandwagon. But I got the black frames. Look, they are so cute. So I cannot wait. I ordered another wig. I think I'm going to keep that one long. I'm not going to cut that one. I think I got a little bit short. I think I got 16 inches. So even though these are blue blockers, I can still wear them out if I wanted to. But I think they're really, really cute. With some big earrings. They might even be cute with my ponytail. But like right now, I got my sweatband on to suck up the sweat so my edges won't get so frizzy and dry. But these are really cute. So the gold ones will be in next week. But the real Louis Vuitton ones, and I will see if I can stick a photo somewhere up in there. But they have the little Louis Vuitton dangle. And then they have like little gold pieces right there. But I decided to get the black ones. And these are, so they have different color blacks and different color gold. This is the glass black. And the ones that Andrea Renee had was glass gold. So I got the glass gold ones because they did have the flat gold, but I wanted the ones that she had because they were more shiny. So anyway, let's talk about Lemonade. I love Lemonade because I feel like over there is a judgment-free zone. Like, it seems like Instagram, I still love Instagram and I'm still on Instagram, but I feel like Instagram is always competing with another app. And when they do that, they draw people in, or they sucker people into use certain tools and filters and things. Tools and filters and things on their app to get people to come over and use their app more. Prime example, like what everybody knows, Facebook and Instagram, which did the same thing, Meta, they discontinued the bonuses. So you no longer get paid for bonuses on your reels. And, you know, everybody said that one, they started doing it to compete with TikTok. And then when they saw that people still was rocking with TikTok, and TikTok was paying their top influencers that had high followers, they figured, okay, how can we get the influencers over here so we can get Instagram going, right? So they started paying folks for reels. And I got paid for reels, I ain't gonna lie. But like I told my husband, I love creating content, so I'm not going to stop creating it just because I'm not getting paid for it. But I don't like how Instagram tries to sucker people to use their app. If you just stay authentic and let it be organic, it's going to happen. Just like I don't know yet how I feel about paying monthly for the blue check. Me and my husband has talked about it. You know, asking whether I was going to get it. And I just don't know, because I just feel like it doesn't set you apart. Like, you can have one follower, and if they offer you to be able to do the blue check, you can pay for it. And I feel like if you do have a high follower account and your content is banging and you want to be seen, you know, by brands and things like that, I can kind of see why paying the $14.99 a month is beneficial. But nobody's paying for me, nobody's checking for me, nobody's giving me brand deals or sponsorships. I mean, I do more like partnerships where I get free products and I'll do a collab with them. They'll give me the products. Like, nobody is like giving me no paychecks to do nothing. And I mean, free product is good, but when, as an influencer and a content creator, when you take that time to create videos and then you got to send them to them still for them to approve it, it's kind of like, run me that money. Like, you know what I'm saying? So for me, do I want to pay for it so I can get seen more? I don't know, because like I said, and I apologize if it look a little foggy. The sun is starting to set and it's doing something weird, but I don't know. I mean, just for me, because right now I feel like where I'm at with my numbers and stuff, like, no lie, not to my own horn, but I do put out amazing content. I take time with the content. I take time to edit it. I take time to do green screens and overlays and all that stuff. But the residuals, whether it be being paid through monetization or through brand deals, it's just not coming through. And I just feel like, for me, I don't know if I want to make that investment to pay for something that may or may not, you know what I'm saying? And granted, we spend a lot of money on a lot of stuff, but I'm like, I already got all these subscriptions for streaming services that I actually use and I'm benefiting from. And I just don't know if I'm going to benefit from that $14.99. I do have a close friend. I consider her a friend, but she has the blue check, and I want to ask her, did she pay for it? And if so, what is her thoughts on it? Because I may follow her lead, because I do truly look up to her, and just seeing her growth and just seeing her longevity in this content influencer, you know, community. So I really do want to pick her brain. Hopefully she'll, you know, let me pick it for free. But yeah, but with all that being said, I just, on top of all of that, then I just feel like on Instagram, people are so judgy. Like, you know, it's like somebody always got something to say, like, oh, y'all only doing this because of this, or, oh, I'm tired of seeing this, or, you know, oh, why is she like, I don't know. I just feel like if you don't like something, yes, we all have freedom of speech and we have a right to express how we feel. But I feel like if you feel so strongly about certain things, why are you even here? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like with everything in life, whether it is content, business, relationships, even yourself, you grow and you change, and what you may have done when you were 18, you're not doing when you 38. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, are you gonna not like me because I'm not doing the things that I was doing when I was 18? It's like, grow with me, or if you can't grow with me, then just roll with me. See where it's going. See if you want to catch that wave. If not, you know what I'm saying? And maybe that's why I don't got no brand deals or sponsorships, or maybe the monetization checks ain't running like it's supposed to, because don't nobody want to hear the real truth. Okay. But on the LEMON8 app, in which I'm on now, it's like there's no pressure to try to hurry up and get, you know, 10,000 followers. There's no pressure in regards to the content that you're putting up there. And I really hope that they keep it. I mean, there's some features that I hope that they add in, but I really hope that they don't add DMs or instant or direct messages. I hope they don't add stories. Keep it just as posted content. You can post videos, you can post photos, you could post collages. It's almost like, everybody keeps saying it's almost like Instagram and Pinterest had a baby. But I feel like it's more Pinterest than Instagram. Just because, like I said, I mean, like, you know, on LEMON8, and it's the word lemon and the number 8. It just, you can just put your content on there, and the only thing somebody can do is like it and comment. Period. And I feel like, you know, in this age of everybody trying to come up on social media and stuff, it's nice to have a space, whether you're a content creator or you're somewhere that enjoys watching other people's content. You know, I just love it. I love it. And I love how people have been on there. So of course, the overachievers, they're on there giving their little 2 cents how you can grow your followers on there. But let's leave that over at YouTube and TikTok. Like, why does it always have to be so much pressure on how you're growing? Let's have fun with it a little bit. And so people have started posting the lemonade scam. And I was like, lemonade scam? But it was talking about how, you know, stop listening to these content creators and influencers that's on there now, and they already got like thousands of followers. You know, stop listening to them. You know, just let it be organic. And that's what I just been doing. I just been letting them be organic. I'm following who I want to follow. I'm not following back just to follow back, because I think if I follow back or if I follow them, they're gonna follow me. Like, it's just so light. It's refreshing. And I feel like that's probably why they called it LEMON8. It's just refreshing, like a nice glass of lemonade. So if you are on Lemonade and if you want to follow me, welcome. I'd love to have you as a part of my Lemonade community. Just like all of my other platforms, it's Life with Keisha. I try to make it real easy to be found. You're looking for me, you can find me. There's no reason why you can't find me, because everything is Life with Keisha. Other than my hair hair page. But if you type in Keisha Sims, you can find I'm Googleable. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of the salad and my refresher. Once I'm done, I'll show you all how the mouse and the new keyboard looks on my desk. And I did get some, I'll just show y'all a little desk tour, nothing fancy. But I just trying to maximize the minimal space that I have by getting things that's gonna help me work with that space. So I will show y'all that in a little bit. All right, loves, quick desk tour, and I apologize for the background noise. Hub's got TV up super loud. So this is my iPad 12.9. And this is the keyboard that I just got. And as you can see, like I said, I wanted to stay with a black aesthetic because my desk, like I said, I use marble contact paper to make it like this. And I bought this new stand. I have one in silver, but I took that to work to use. But this one is just like the one that I had previously. I can't really show you how it moves because I'm breaking it in. But this is the U Green. I love their brands. But this will, it can go as far back, as far forward. You can do that like that. Let me see. It's so new. Like once you loosen it up, it'll be easy to move. But I don't like mine super loose anyway, because I like for my iPad to be able to be secure. And what I typically do is just kind of put it down on the top of the keyboard just to give it that fake magic keyboard look, right? And so this is the mouse. Absolutely love it. And so this button right here that I was telling you about, it's so you can control the speed of the mouse, I guess, but I really don't know. But the reason why I like to use my mouse along with my Apple Pencil, and I do have, look, I don't know, everything black, everything. I like the silicone ones, but they pick up so much lint. But this one has been the best in regards to not picking up a lot of stuff. And you can still use this. This is a cover. Like I can still open stuff with the cover on, and I like that. Or if I want to take the cover off and use it that way. But yeah. So anyway, I'm loving this mouse, and like I said, I use them simultaneously because if I am on my iPad or what have you, and I just want to, you know, click and move things, I can just click and then just drag it. Especially like when I'm typing, I just like to be able to hit my click instead of having to, I don't know, but that's just like how I like to maneuver with my iPad. And this right here is something new. I think I was following, I think it's Ashley. She's a digital planner, and she had one of these, and I like this because I can either stand up and I can still use it sitting down. But I wanted to be able to utilize as much of this space from these two things, because at first I would have this down here and kind of tucked in the corner, and then I would have this up here, and then I'd have to move things. And at least with this up here, it's out of the way, and I'm watching this YouTube video. It's out of the way, and I can watch YouTube. And then if I do just need to take it off the stand and bring it here, I can. And then I'll still have free space here because I have everything compact. And this is a newer mouse too, because my other one just conked out on me. This is a Microsoft, and I really like this. So this is my current desk setup. Very minimal, not much going on. I have plenty of space, so if I want a snack, I can put my snacks on the side. Still, you know, like I don't want a whole bunch of clutter. Now I do still have things that are, you know, in those little sections, but the goal is to end up eventually just getting a longer desk. I still like having a top shelf, so whether I have a full top shelf or just a half one, I like having that. Because I can always like slide stuff under here out of the way if I need to. But this is my current desk setup. And look at my little mini bouquet that I made. So cute. But let me show you. So this is one of the propagations from my pink princess. I have 3 nice size leaves. I need to check that leaf because it looks like it's doing something wonky. But the other 2 are doing really good. But yeah, so let me show you my nails. So here are my nails, and I will post the inspo picture up here somewhere. But I love them. Both hands are done the exact same way, so sometimes I switch one hand out to look another way, but I absolutely love them. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for today. Like I said, I'm gonna pick back up tomorrow. I do have to go to the salon. I have a straightening client, a client that's getting a keratin treatment. So what I've done now is just make my Tuesdays available for my clients that are getting services that are over a certain dollar amount or that takes a certain amount of time. That way I can get them in, because realistically, at the end of the week, me trying to do a 3-hour service is really almost impossible, not unless you book far enough in advance. So that part. And then also, so you can see my ponytail, I might film me doing my hair. Like I said, I'm gonna color it because the gray is graying. I'm gonna color my roots, wash it really good, and put my clobetasol ointment on my scalp, because my scalp is still a little more irritated with the psoriasis than normal. But overall, I'm doing really good. My joints are doing better. My legs are finally clearing up, because I've been really struggling with the plaque psoriasis on my legs. But my legs have really been clearing up. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna try to edit as much as today's video as possible, so I can try to get the video out to you all sooner than later. And then maybe I can go through and see, because I feel like I know it's something that I mentioned that I was going to talk to y'all about later, but I just can't remember what it was. So maybe when I go edit, I can write that thing down. So anyway, so let me go, because this right here, because it's running through me. Plus I've been trying to drink more water again. When I first was diagnosed, well, when I was first going through the psoriasis, I stayed drinking water. But now I've fallen all the way off. So it's like now I got to start back over again to strengthen my bladder to be able to. I know it's TMI, but strengthen my bladder. But yeah, that's it. I'm not going to keep talking. So I will see y'all manana. Hello, loves, and happy Tuesday. So I'm headed to work, but first I gotta go to T-Mobile. Y'all, we got a little story time on the way to T-Mobile. But anyway, welcome back to another day in the vlog. I think I like this camera angle a little bit better, but of course filming in the car, whether you're on a phone or a camera, it just be unpredictable because you don't know how the sun gonna hit when you hit certain corners. All right, hopefully I can make it over there to get gas. See, like right now the sun is like sunning through the sunroof, but it's all good because what is this? This is Real Life with Shakisha. I should change the name of the channel to Real Life. But y'all know, if y'all been following me for a while, my husband and I, we had a ministry. Well, we still had the ministry, Real Life with Luvs and Shakisha. But anyway, so let's chat on the way to T-Mobile. So since all of the, my tire feel funny. Okay, so all of the lines on my consumer account we use for business. Of course, there's some personal here and there, but 90% of it is for business, whether it be for hair couture and Superstar Detail, or it'll be for Life with Shakisha, filming content, editing, creating stuff using Canva. This is 90% a business phone for real, because I don't even be on the phone talking to nobody, like talking about. So, and the crazy part about it, I wish I would have did this a lot sooner. When it was Sprint, I've been with Sprint for like over 15 years. So backstory, very first cell phone I ever got was Sprint. And then at the time, the guy that I was dating, we left Sprint and went to Nextel because everybody wanted the chirp phone, right? But then Sprint bought Nextel within that year of us switching over to them. So I've been with Sprint for over 15 years, probably 17 to be exact. So anyway, all that being said, when I got into business for myself over 10 years ago, like full-time business-wise, the guy that used to always set up my lines and stuff, he had been telling me to do the business stuff. But, you know what I'm saying, I ain't never deal with it or whatever. And I kind of wish I did, because now that I'm realizing the perks of having a business account, that's what I want to do. So long story short, you know me, I'm a person of preparation. I want to make sure I have all my ducks in a row. So I called T-Mobile probably like the end of March, and they were like, oh, you can do everything on the phone. What we would do is transfer your line, and you also are eligible for iPhone on us. Nothing super new, like I don't need a super like 14 or nothing like that. But anyway, so I was like, all right, let me get my bills, you know, pay my bill. And then they were like, you know, make sure that you do it on the start of your billing cycle. That way you won't have to pay any extra on the consumer side. So say yesterday was my billing cycle. Anything after that, the consumer would charge me for those X amount of days that I remain on a consumer plan. So, boom, call yesterday around 5 after I came from get my nails done in the gym or whatever, and everything was going smooth. And the girl was like, well, can I actually get your number to call you back, because I'm about to go on lunch. and what time is it? You know, she asked my time. She's like, okay, it'll be around, you know, 6:45, 7 o'clock your time. 7:30 comes, nobody calls me back. Celine, you did not call me back. Yes, that's her name. I'm putting it out there. I ain't giving the last name, nothing like that. But anyway, she ain't called me back. So I called. The one dude was like, oh, I can't do this. Let me transfer you to the business department. So he transferred me to the business department. And puts me in touch with this lady. And she's like, well, your account isn't eligible for the free phone. I was like, well, she said, because you don't have a business account. I said, that's what I'm trying to get is a business account. Like, what part you aren't understanding? Like, trying to transfer whatever terminology they use to a business account. So, therefore, once it's converted, y'all can set me up for the phone. Even if I did not get the phone, it's still a hassle trying to figure this out. So, finally, she transferred me to somebody else. So she get me on the line with that person, and no, let me rewind. I got on the line with a gentleman, and I was telling him, like, look, you know, I was supposed to get a call back. Nobody called me back. And he was like, well, I'm not sure why she didn't call back. There's no say. I said, well, she told me she was going on lunch. He was like, that's odd. She should have completed the call, then took her lunch. I said, well, that's what she said, and I was okay with it. So he was the second person. The initial person was like, this, I can't help you. So he transferred me to him. Then he was like, let me try to get you to the right department. So he puts me on the line with this lady. I don't know if she was locally or whether she was outsourced, but it was a little language barrier, but not a lot. So we just kept going back and forth, and I'm like, I'm trying to get the business line. She said, well, you got to go into the store. I said, well, the store told me I got to call y'all. She's like, no, you need to go in the store and show documentation and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, well, say I don't get the phone. Do I still got to go into the store? Yes, because we don't have the capability of doing it. So what the heck? Why are you even off? I'm just fit to be tired. So as I said when I got in the car, I'm going to work. My client, I have a client at 12 o'clock. The Sprint store opens at 10, which is like 10:05 now. Well, not Sprint, T-Mobile. So I'm headed over there now to see what's going on, because the whole point of me doing this as well is because I had mentioned earlier, like me getting the keyboards and me taking the old keyboard to my iPad to the salon, because I'm trying to have, you know, like a little mini section where I have like where I can do my business stuff. Oh my gosh, I didn't get gas. So anyway, with all that being said, I'm like, I need to separate my phones, because right now on my iPhone 13 Pro Max, and that don't make no difference whether it's a Pro Max or not, but I have a Google number, and with that Google number, it's been working with glitches. And when I say with glitches, sometimes I don't get the text, sometimes I miss the calls. Sometimes if the Wi-Fi is trying to work, the Wi-Fi is dominating the cellular data. So it's just been a mess. And yeah, I need to separate that. Plus, because even though I'll get the notification after the fact that it was on my Google number, I have no way of initially knowing when it's ringing, whether it's personal calls, personal bill collectors, or business, or, you know what I'm saying? So, and then also that way it gives me the opportunity, when I'm done for my Saturdays, I can turn my phone off, because I don't answer any business related calls. Once I leave the shop on Saturday and Sunday, business is closed. I resume back on Mondays. In regards to Mondays and Tuesdays are normally like admin type days. So all that being said, it'll give me a lot more control over work-life balance. and that's what the purpose is. So we gonna go into this T-Mobile store after I get my gas. By the time, well, I'll get back on here and tell y'all what happened, but hopefully I'm able to get everything resolved. I got my EIN paperwork, just in case they need to see proof of it being a business, and all of that jazz. So I'll keep y'all updated. Okay, loves. So I was trying to put my phone on the mount, but I didn't. So I am literally about 2 minutes from the salon. Everything worked out. I was able to get the business account set up and get the iPhone on them. And what I had to do once that was all set up is then to contact customer service, and they were in the process of converting my personal lines over to the business. So took longer than I really wanted, but I'm just like a couple of minutes late for my client. Her appointment's at 12, but she's a regular and she knows that I'm never normally not late and is very understanding. But I say all that to say is that I have a business account. I feel so professional. So yeah, so I will probably be spending the day. Oh, I gotta go to the bank and get some change. But anyway, so yeah, I should be here for like about 3 hours. She's getting a keratin treatment, so I'll be fooling around with the phone during the downtime. I do have to wait for a call back because I guess it's something on there that they have to remove. But oh, I forgot I had this. Look at this. My husband always taking my sanitizer out the car, so I have a big thing of sanitizer in the shop, and I couldn't find nothing to put it in, so I put it in the plastic cap, and it's been in here since the weekend. So anyway, so let me go in here and do her hair and wait on T-Mobile to give me a call back to confirm that the conversion has been completed. And I need to wash my hair today. I was gonna wash and color it, but I think I might just wash it, and just wear the wig for the rest of the week because I don't feel like fooling with putting no color in there right now. So let me go so I can make this money. All right, loves, I am done with work. Lord, this wig is sliding. I did not put my combs on because one, I wasn't expecting to wear my wig. But anyway, so I got my phone. Look how little this phone is. Oh my gosh. In which, Lord, battery about to die on this. But I mean, ultimately, I don't care about the size of the phone because it's just my main phone line. It's the trap phone. It's not my main phone line, so I really doesn't bother me. I need to wash clothes. I do not want to wash clothes. But anyway, so yes, I got my phone. I got to get used to a couple things because it has the little push. So I'm so used to like on my 13 just going like that. But I can't do that on here, which is fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm trying to think, isn't he gonna fit in here? Look, I was trying to, but yeah, so the only things that I'm gonna have on here is stuff that is more so salon related. So I have like my Square app, my Acuity, Canva, and then Instagram. And that way I can manage all of my Instagram stuff on here and I don't have to worry about it on this phone. Again, just trying to balance stuff out. You know, one thing about work-life balance, as an entrepreneur, you definitely have to have categories, or it's not really categories, or you have to compartmentalize certain parts of your personal and your business, because when you start to allow them to intertwine, it can really cause you to burn out and become overwhelmed. And the one thing, like the main reason why I had got the Google Plus number, or the Google number originally, was because I needed to separate my business calls from my personal calls, in which it did work, still works, but it just it's becoming more kinky, and I've been missing calls, I've been missing text messages, and then that way, like, you know, if I'm on my personal phone and somebody calls me, you know, I don't necessarily have to end my personal call. I could just take it on this, and, you know, and I can really manage it. So I'm going to start the tedious task of, and I'm only going to do it based on the clients that are scheduled, that come to me. I'm not going to put all of my clients in this phone, but week by week, I'm going to add the clients' phone numbers that have appointments. That way I can, you know, text them and send like a mass text. And then that way also I can get, you know, the more efficiency when I see the names pop up, because again, I don't save any of my clients' phone numbers in my phone, just because I just don't. So I'm gonna do that on this phone, and that'll probably be what I'll play around with today. So I'm leaving work now. I need to go to the bank. I need to get some quarters, because I get quarters because I have to wash my towels at the salon. It's just too much to have to wash them at home. And look, I was about to, but you know, I do need to put that on here because I need to make sure. Like, I'm still like thinking about apps that I need to have on here. I need to have my bank accounts on here. I mean, I don't necessarily have to. I'm not going to stress about that right now, but I'm going to leave here, go to the bank, get some quarters. I need to stop at 5 and Below and get a case, because this thing is so small. Like, I can see myself being really clumsy with this. So yeah, yeah, so I'm gonna go to 5 and Below, get a phone case. I need to stop at Trader Joe's, but I don't think I'm gonna do that, because I think I'm just good with what I have at the house right now. I do have on a pair of the earrings today. Let's drive, Clyde. It is so hot. It is 78. This weather is so bipolar. Where are my sunglasses, first of all? See, look, now the camera looks amazing. Like, filming in your car, you definitely get what you get. But yeah, so the bank, head across the water. Like I said, I was going to stop at Trader Joe's, but I don't really need anything from Trader Joe's. It was more so I was gonna pick up some salmon. I don't really need anything. Yeah, so, and hopefully by me taking some apps off, it'll free up some storage on this phone. This bob looks really cute with these glasses. I have some glasses that I cannot wear certain hairstyles with. Like, I have a pair of my favorite shades that I have now, but it just makes the hair stick out like that. Like, I don't know. But these ones right here are perfect. These are actually from Free People. And anything that I mentioned, I have linked in either my Like to Know It, Amazon. But If it's Amazon related stuff, I would say it's linked in my Amazon storefront. You know, a lot of I can make it easy and just do each individual links, but a lot of what I share or I talk about, I've already created those links within the storefronts or the apps. So anything that I ever mention, I will say is either linked in my Amazon storefront. So all you have to do is go down to the description box and see those links. If it's something else, it'll be under my like to know it. And typically whatever's in my like to know it is because it can't be linked in my Amazon storefront. And of course, I mean, and I have it in my description box. I mean, I do earn a small, when I say small commission on these things. So, and I want to put that disclaimer out there too, because I know a lot of people say, oh, these influencers always put, saying click their link so they can get paid, but we don't get paid nothing. Prime example, I looked at, I don't know the time frame of it, but I just looked at my Amazon affiliate link, and it says that over $300 of products have been purchased using my link. In the comments, I want you just to put how much you think I got off of that $300. I just want you to put in the comments as you're watching this part, and then I'm gonna tell you. But I want to kind of wait a few minutes so you can put the comments in there and then hear my response. These affiliate links reminds me of selling Girl Scout cookies. When I was a Girl Scout troop leader, of course, our girls sold cookies and they earned badges and they earned some money from the cookie sales. And one of the points, and if y'all don't know, now y'all know. All right, I'm back. Phone overheated. That's one of the things about filming in the car, doing in the hotter months. Let me see if I can sit this right here for now. I'm gonna just sit this right here for now. So I went to the 5 Below and I just got a screen protector, and then I just got this basic case in which they told me in the store that I can get a case for 8, 7, or 6 in the event I can't find a case for SE. But I'm talking myself out of spending unnecessary money on stuff because I was like, oh, I want to get a cute case, but I'm like, baby, you are only, look, I'm using my sanitizer. You're only using it for business. Oh, I forgot to text Chloe. Not Chloe, I always say her name right, but I forgot to text my client. I'm gonna text her because it didn't go off in my, and listen, I don't get sodas that much, but it is caffeine free. But I am gonna make my iced coffee when I get home because I did not make me no coffee. So yeah, so while I peek over the steering wheel, so good. I love the pineapple Fanta. Fun fact. But yeah, so the phone overheated. So I was talking about prices, and I was giving an analogy talking about the Girl Scout cookies. So affiliate links remind me of when the Girl Scouts sell Girl Scout cookies, because literally the cookies now are like, I don't know if they've increased the percentage that the Girl Scouts get, but when I was doing them, they were still like $3.75 or $3.50. So let's just stay in that lane. So out of that, what happens is your total sales, a portion of that has to go back to pay the cookie distributor. Because with the Girl Scouts, because it's a good faith service, they don't necessarily charge up front. I'm not sure if they require any deposits or anything, but a big portion that goes back to the cookie distributor, the company that made them and shipped them to the Girl Scouts. Then a portion of that goes to the Girl Scout Council, which is the whole organization that deals with your Girl Scout in your area. Then out of all of that, the Girl Scouts, which will go to the bank account that the troop leader sets up for the troop. Don't quote this, but this is how low the dollar amount is. They would get maybe 40 to 60 cents per box of cookies they sold. So that's why these little girls be out here hustling. So when y'all see them at these cookie booth sales, you don't have to buy the cookies, but you can donate. That's a fun fact if you didn't know. And then when they do the cookie booth sales, because then we have a separate list where we have to show when we do the cookie booth sales, they get a cookie booth badge, and then they get like an extra 10 to 20 cents per box. So they're really getting under $1 per box of cookies. So I say all that to say is that out of that $300 and something of purchase items from Amazon, and it could just be the level that I'm on, but I do believe mine is an influencer account, not an affiliate, because you can do an affiliate or an influencer. Whatever one that I got, out of that $300 and something, I got $10 that I've earned off of that. That ain't even 10%. 10% will put you at $30. So I say all that to say is, so when your favorite influencer, content creator is, you know, telling you about these links, trust and believe, we don't make no money off of them links. They don't even provide us with gas money half the time. Now, depending on how large your following is, then that changes. But still, if you have followers and they're spending $10,000 on your affiliate link, you're not getting 10% of that. So I started to say is when I, that's why sometimes I be like, I don't even feel like putting the individual links up there. But I appreciate the people that has bought $300 worth of stuff because of my affiliate link. It is so hot. Even though it's only 78 degrees today, it's so hot. And then I got on leggings and a long sleeve shirt. Excuse me. So I got the case. I got the screen protector. Y'all see I'm sweating. Because if I turn the air on, y'all aren't going to hear me. So that's why I'm going to be quiet real quick. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this change situation. I feel like I want to just take Midlothian all the way down. Oh, I don't want to go that way because I have to bust a Huey. But yeah, so I am going to go to the bank. Damn it, Jim. Let me see. I'm just gonna go down this way. I'm gonna go do my financials. And then I will figure out the change situation. I might just get it in the morning. Take the long way. Well, not really the long way. The non-toll way to work. Can I get out this way? Shoot, nope. I was trying to get around the building so I wouldn't have to make a U-turn. Y'all, it's hot as fish grease. So yeah, so I'm gonna go handle my financials, and then I will see y'all on the other side. Good morning, loves, and happy Wednesday. Yes, another day, but not really another day. So when I got home, I was so excited about setting up my new phone for the business. I really lost track of time, and then I got out of my clothes, and yeah. This is good. And this is probably, I can't remember if I shared it with y'all, but I've been enjoying making my own coffees at home, and I am super in love with iced coffees now. Like, I have never, when I say never, I need to check my toe. I have never been a fan of iced coffee. What time is it? Do I have time to go that way? Dang it, I need to change to wash towels. I gotta figure this thing out today. But anyway, so I've never been a fan. Like, I didn't hate it. I would taste it, and yes, I'm eating a dry bagel because I had to eat something with my medicine or I would get nauseous. But ever since I started following Katrina, and she started doing her Barista Homies series to really break down how to make great at-home Starbucks-like coffees, I've been loving iced coffees. Like, I make hot coffee now, and it's okay. I mean, I still like hot coffee. Like, the other day I had hot coffee, in which y'all saw in the beginning of the video, because it was cold Monday morning. It was so cold. So, anyway, I've been enjoying my Nespresso machine, enjoy making coffees, and if y'all like coffee content, make sure you follow me over at Instagram at Life with Shakisha, because I post, even though they don't pay me, I still enjoy posting reels. But I will say that I have been slightly neglecting Instagram since I got on LEMON8. Absolutely love it. So again, y'all come over there, follow me, join the community if you feel like that's a place where you want to be. But I just think it's nice. Like, you know, like most of us are saying right now, because there's no pressure to niche down or niche up or any of that stuff. You can just post anything. Like Instagram and YouTube, it's almost like if you don't stick to what you started with, it's hard to grow if you're looking to grow on those platforms. Prime example, I started out on YouTube and on Instagram as Her Lovely Plan, as a planner page to highlight my hobbies and stuff. And I did used to have a separate personal page where it was just like stuff with me and my family. But then I was like, you know what, this is my page to post stuff that I love. And not only do I love planner stuff, I love my family, I love going out to eat, I love wine. So that's why I changed everything to Life with Shakisha, because I wanted to incorporate everything that's within my life. But the reception wasn't, I'm not gonna say it wasn't taken well, but it was just slow for people to, I guess, to adapt to the change. And it still is, especially here on YouTube. Like, when I do post my planner related videos, I will get more interaction, more views, like in the first 24 hours than I get on my vlogs. And you know, and it's okay. And like I said, the husband, I had this, you know, talk about, especially since Instagram isn't paying anymore, in which I had started doing the reels, and then when I found that I could be, you know, get paid for, I'm like, that's like a win-win. I'm doing what I love and like to do, and I can get money for it. So, oh, snappies. It's the popos, y'all. It's the popos. I don't know why black people, and I mean, let me know in the comments if it's just people in general, but when you see the police, even if you living right and doing right, you still be like, oh shoot, it's popos. But yeah, so anyway, I say all that to say is that it's great to get rewarded for something that you love to do. You know? Especially when the people on the platform that are watching your stuff may not appreciate as much as you do. But that's why, like, Alicia and I, we, you know, God gave us this monthly scripture writing reader plan called God Pleases. Like, do everything to please God, and he will reward you. Even when the world thinks you suck, or when the world isn't pleased with what you're putting out there in the algorithms of the enters of the net, God is always pleased, especially when you're doing it from a pure heart, when you're operating in your gifts and your talents, when you are doing something that is truly meant to bring joy to others. God will always reward you in some kind of way. So even though, you know what I'm saying, Instagram isn't paying reels anymore, and even though I really don't benefit from the monetizations of YouTube, God is still rewarding me, because I'm telling y'all, the comments and the support, that is where it hits really, really deep for me. So I am going to end the vlog with that, and it is to remind you to whomever you worship, preferably not man. Okay, let's just make that real clear. Whoever you worship, but for me it is God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I don't know why these people be doing this. Sorry. Whoever you worship, make sure what you're doing is pleasing to the Most High. Because if you do it for anybody else, even for yourself, because we disappoint ourselves so much. We are so displeased with how our life looks, how our life feels, how we want our life to be. We are so displeased. We individually are the most displeased with ourselves. That's why we never really get to where it is that God truly has us to be. So I say all that to say, in a nutshell, do things that is pleasing to God, not the world. Do things that are pleasing to God and not others. Do things that are pleasing to God and not even yourself. Because ultimately, when your purpose is placed in front of you and you are operating in your purpose, in your anointing, in your calling, a lot of times it don't make sense. And a lot of times you're like, God, how am I going to achieve this? Like, you know what I'm saying? This you know, requires extra time. This requires extra provision. This requires extra, you know, physical strength. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just know that when you operate in your purpose, regardless of what it looks like, regardless if everybody else or yourself is pleased with it, God is going to reward you abundantly. Just remember that. And that is why I'm still here on these platforms, because I know the ultimate reward is from God. Because listen, this don't make sense for real. Like, I be like, why am I doing this, taking this time and energy? But it's because I really do love it, and I really do know and feel in my heart and my spirit that God has called me to be here, to be set apart, to be different, to show what, you know what I'm saying, life looks like outside of, and again, this is no shade, but this is real talk, outside of luxury and outside of, you know, doing all the things that YouTubers do. This is life. Like, I don't wear makeup every day. You look at my face, it's so scarred up from the COVID acne, what they call it, acne for the mask, to when I had my whole face broke out from the psoriasis. Like, real uncut. So please, God, please, 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 God. So I love you guys. If you enjoyed this week and my first week back of vlogging in a long time, make sure you give this video a big old thumbs up. Click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you never miss any of the content that I upload here on this platform. Also, make sure you follow me on all of my social media platforms. They are all under Life with Shakisha, easy peasy. And again, I implore you, especially before it gets like, you know what I'm saying, because everything that the world presents does get tainted at some period of time. So go over to LEMON8, even if you just create a user account just to scroll through and just look at the things, and you don't have to post anything. Like, you can still get on there without having to follow people or to post. You can still look at the For You pages and follow hashtags and things like that. That way, that's that like Pinterest-ish kind of vibe. So anyway, so follow me over there if you choose to. If not, it's okay, because y'all always know it is mad love here. So until next time, loves, peace. Hey loves, so I know I said this was the end of the vlog, but I just wanted to show you the setup I was mentioning at the other day about having my little mini office situation at the salon. So basically this is the setup. I have this corner, doesn't block the mirror, where I can put my iPad. This is the silver U-green stand that I was mentioning, same as the other one with the piece. I can adjust it to however I want to. The keyboard and the mouse, and this is everything that I need in order to be successful and productive at the salon. So again, I hope you enjoyed this week's video, but I could not end the vlog without showing you how I have my little mini desk situation set up on my station.